that's right. He asked me about that one. Okay, guys, you got to kind of fit in around there because this is Ron and Jerry, and I don't know. You're all from Orange, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know if this middle school has any overlap from Woodbridge or not, but this is part of Ogat TV. How many of you watch Ogat TV? Any of you watch Channel 79 to see what's going on in town?
No, I saw 2 hands. That's good.
Well, this is Mr. Davis is the coordinator of Ogat, and Jerry is one of our assistants, and he films and helps with make the discs and everything for that government access TV that you see on Channel 79, which keeps people in the know about what's going on in town. So it's kind of exciting. It doesn't hurt to watch it once in a while. I know you'll think, oh God, how do we watch all these old people at these movies? But it's rather important to know because sometimes there's things that affect Little League or town business. You had power lines in your backyard, I know, over that way. You have different issues, that may attend whether what events are going on. So it's always important to see what we're going to do. However, Karen put these pins. These are the Town of Orange seal on there. Everybody takes one of these and pin it on your lapel or your jacket or something. So that represents the Town of Orange. So everybody gets one of those. And I think Karen sent them out to, did I slide you one? No, I was off by one. Sorry.
No, there's one more person that's going to be coming.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. Come in here?
Yeah.
All right, that was yours.
Thank you.
We'll give you one for, you know what office they're coming for?
I'll have to look.
Okay. It's in the picture.
Sorry.
This is the coordinator of this program. This is Mr. DePonte, and he's from the Amity Regional Middle School here in Orange. And you've worked to set this whole thing up this year?
Yeah, I coordinated with Karen to run
Get
this
them all.
program. Yep.
And what offices are the kids all going to be in today?
Well, we have people down at the police department, fire department. These guys are going to be in finance, assessor, with you. Just different offices all over the town, really.
Good, very good. And they're going to, I don't know now, are you and Jerry going to be floating, or so they're going to be all over getting filmed?
All over, yes.
So, and this does run on Ogat. So it's kind of fun for Government Day.
It's going to be on the web, too.
Will it be on Google?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good.
Okay,
Yep.
so it'll be available all over.
Great.
So it should be a lot of fun. So does everybody know where they're going? Do you all know where your offices are that you have to go find?
How about some introductions?
All right, why don't we start on this side? Say your name and what department you're representing today.
John Jellick, town clerk.
I'm sorry, John, didn't hear you.
John Jellick, town clerk.
Oh, good.
Thomas Falsino, Registrar of Voters.
Thank you.
Scott Barraza, Town Engineer.
That'll be fun.
Ned Vogel, First Selectman.
All right.
Matt DeMayo, assessor.
Sharon Lynn, Director of Finance.
Well, you're all going to have a very interesting day today. You'll see me again because I'll be over there asking you questions about what you learned today. So pay attention.
All right. With that, we're going to move out, and everybody is going to go to their respective locations. Come on.
To Dorothy to see what she said.
Oh, and of course, and she said, go for Jamie's job.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of unfair, though, because you have a knowledge already since you know me, and you certainly know her.
Oh, yeah.
We run the town.
Yeah.
Really. We're going to be making a phone call to a man named Mr. Bingham. And I got to figure out where Mr. Bingham's from. I think he's like in Charlotte, North Carolina. And it has to do with a cell tower down on, the one by the Parkway, get on, get off by Grassy Hill Road. Well, they want to make some modifications at that cell tower. And we need to discuss with Mr. Bingham to find out just what information he's forwarding me. I spoke to him on Friday, and then he called back after I was out. So we're gonna find out what that's all about, because I go to the Board of Selectmen for approval if it's a change of contract or a new contract. And if there's money involved or a lease involved, it goes to back to the Board of Selectmen, the full board, with my recommendation of a positive or a negative.
I'm Diane Gregoire, and I work in the assessor's office, and you are,
Matt.
and he's our student for the government day. Right now we're going over the property card, field card, his mom and dad's, to show him how it works in our office. We'll also go over several of the other programs that we have in this particular office. We deal with the senior programs and the homeowners programs. We also deal with veterans programs. A lot of, I would say we do approximately 26 programs a year. They're all, most of them are time restricted. We have to have things into OPM by a certain date. I was just telling someone prior to this that we have to send in to OPM the Senior Tax Stabilization Program, which is due in by May 15th. For seniors over 65 and they're, depending on their income, 45,000 or less, they would get X amount off of their taxes. The homeowners program ends on May 15th as well. That's a program for the seniors. We also have the veterans program. That isn't due in until October. 1st is the deadline on that. Right now, as of May 15th, I deal with the renters in town. So I take care of several of the renters. I go see them instead of them seeing me. Sometimes it's easier, some don't drive. So it's just easier for me to get out to them.
Diane, Matt took a test, I believe it was, or you did an essay. And on your essay, did you ask to be in this department?
What was one of my second choices?
One of your second choices. Did you study at all what this department might be doing?
Well, I kind of knew what it was about.
You kind of know your parents get a tax bill every year.
Yeah.
These are the folks that figure out how much it's going to be, and make the assessment. So maybe you can cut a deal with her and get the taxes reduced. I don't know.
We could work on it.
Yeah.
Don't know if it'll happen.
Well, we're going to have to leave you. We only have a few minutes to spend with each kid because we've got to keep the program in a certain light.
Good.
But wish you a lot of luck, Diane. Thanks
Thank
for
you.
working with this young man. I'm sure that he's going to be able to take over the place by noon
Absolutely.
and run
Absolutely.
everything.
Good deal.
With Pat O'Sullivan and John Drillick? Yeah. How do you pronounce it?
Drylick.
Drylick.
Is that
You
right?
have to speak up, this mic's hard of hearing over here. But Pat's been working with you. How are we doing?
Good.
You figured out how to run the place yet? He's leaving in about 10 minutes.
Well, what's funny is one of the great pleasures of being town clerk is having people like this at Government Day. But what's funny is John's grandparents and my parents were very good friends.
Really?
Yeah, they grew. They didn't grow up together, but they started their married lives back in West Haven back in the 1930s, and they had a little beach house in Milford, and I used to visit.
Really?
John's grandparents.
Did you know that before today?
And I knew his mother, way back 50 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Nah, I don't think she's that old.
You mean you're over
45
50?
years. What I've been doing is I've been showing John the process as far as we're having a referendum tomorrow. The referendum is on the town budget, and I just went upstairs with John and gave the registrars those folks who voted by absentee ballot so that their names can be checked off on the voters list prior to the referendum.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I was doing was I was just showing him something called the state manual and state register, and we were going over how the voting districts are compiled for state representative and for state senate and for Congress, and how it's all balanced out by population. And the reason why we started with that was because John asked a question about a picture that's on the wall about the state convention that took place. There was a constitutional convention back in 1965 that updated the Constitution of the state of Connecticut. And one of the things that they talked about at the convention was the balance of population for the state representative and state senate districts. And what's also ironic is my grandfather was the co-chairman of that convention back in 1965. And Ella Grasso was the Secretary of State back then, and Ray Baldwin was also the co-chairman of the commission, or the committee of and he served as governor and as chief justice and as a U.S. senator. So it was just something that I pointed out to John.
Great. Well, you're dealing with a man that's been around, seen it all, done it all.
And now we're going to just clock in we got some minutes to a meeting. I got them sent to me, and so I've got to clock them in and register them for the Freedom of Information rules and regulations that we comply with on the state level.
Well, I'm sure that you get a lot to teach him, and he's got a lot to learn. I see you have a customer standing here, so I'm going to get out of your way.
Okay. Thanks very much. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, John.
So the library, which was a problem to begin with, was an energy consumption machine, is now we're reducing the energy consumption. Let's hope we can save everybody money that way. And
good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning?
I'm fine. Scott? Ron
Scott,
Davis?
yes, this is Ron Davis. He's in charge of Ogat.
And Mr. Lieberman here is our genius of the town.
Please.
Engineering
That's a
guru and
you know what the definition of a genius is.
We've got a camera over here taking pictures of you, so we want you to look at it.
Okay.
And,
I'm leaving here in about an hour. He's going to stay here and take care of all the phone calls.
You know, it's going to take an hour to teach you all this stuff.
No, take less than that. Don't have to know too much.
Ed, why don't you give the camera and Scott a little rundown on your job here at town.
Well, my job is town engineer. I work for the Public Works Director, and I'm the Public Works Director. We're responsible for streets, buildings, drainage, floodplains. I'm responsible for reviewing all plans that come in here to make sure they meet town engineering and floodplain and every other requirement that's in there. I try to assist other departments in any of their projects. And right now we're looking at everything that's in it creates efficiency and use of our energy, because we have limited funds, and one way of making do is by reducing energy. I have my air conditioning and the heating turned off in here, so if it's cold, that's the way it goes. I was just showing Scott the window replacement project at High Plains, which we're putting windows in that are more energy efficient than the existing ones, which are, what, 40 years old, 50 years old? Where I told them about our plans, I just issued specifications and requests for bids for repaving of one of the main roads in town, Wilford Road, where last Wednesday, the town approved my using some new material on roads, which we hope will be better than the current chip sealing program, but not quite as expensive as regular asphalt, which is now $80 to $100 a ton, as opposed to 20 and 30 years ago.
Scott, are you interested in engineering?
Yeah, especially because my dad's a construction worker.
Your
Yeah.
dad's in that? Uh-huh.
Who does he work for?
He works for Coastal Wall.
I'm sorry, could you speak up? What?
Coastal Wall.
Coastal Wall. I'm not sure what
I
that
don't know
is.
what that is. What does he do?
He builds. He's in their building with other guys.
He's a builder.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Well, it's a great vocation. Have done a little of that myself, and I enjoyed it. Been working in engineering functions all my life, as Ed has.
Yeah, oh yeah,
And,
long time. When if you go and become an engineer, if you do get into civil, I would recommend whenever you get out of college, the first thing you do is get a job in the field so you see how it is.
Yeah.
The books can tell you how to design it, but doesn't always look the same when you get it in the field, so better to know what it's supposed to look like, and then it's easier to design.
Get some mud on your boots.
Yeah, oh yes. And I'll tell you what, if the weather is nice, it's better to be outside than sitting in here. But anyway, I'm going to show them a couple more projects we have, and maybe take them out and show them a couple of things that are going on.
Well, you got an interesting day ahead of you, Scott. We can't stay too much longer, so I'd just like you by and thank you both for your time.
My pleasure.
Have a good afternoon.
Hi, my name is Pam Mangini. I'm Director of Finance and Administration for the Town of Orange, and it's my pleasure today to be sharing some time with Sharon Lynn, who is Acting Director of Finance and Administration. We're about to go over some of the purchase requisitions that my office receives on a daily basis from various departments for purchasing approval. And Sharon and I this morning started off with a discussion of the entire budget process, and she's still awake, so that's a good thing. We've actually shared a lot of information already, I think. But at this point, we're actually looking at the requisitions that are received from various departments, and we are going to ensure that they actually have adequate funding to approve the purchase orders. And the first batch we have is actually from our police department. So we're going to check the account that you can see here. And this indicates the program number. And we're going to take a quick look at the police department. And you'll see that the number matches up. And we're going to go to the specific account. And it's 615. Could you just read those last numbers to me so we can make sure we find it?
615-02-10002.
Okay, that's it, right? It says building maintenance. Now they started the year off with $3,000 in that account. They currently have a balance of, can you see that?
$1,000, $766.90.
Correct. And how much are they asking us for to spend out of that?
$120.
You think we should let them?
Sure.
Okay. All right, Sharon gave approval, so the police department will get one approved purchase requisition.
Chief Gagnon is going to be very happy about that.
I think he shall. And I'll have Sharon to thank. Sharon, all I do is initial it here, and it will go to Katie that you met earlier. She's our accounts payable clerk, and she will generate a check to pay the vendor for the purchase that the police department will be making.
Sharon wrote an essay at school in order to become your assistant today.
I wasn't aware of that.
And I was just wondering if you could tell us a little about your essay and what led you to that.
Yeah, I thought being like the director of like finance was pretty important in town because you control like how everyone spends and stuff. So I decided to, write an essay about it and like how important it is and stuff.
Oh, very good.
Yeah, that's really neat. Actually, I'd like to see that. It's kind of nice once in a while to know that someone is thinking that what you do is important, because usually I'm getting people a little bit annoyed with me when I tell them they can't spend money. But it is an important position as far as maintaining the integrity of what we do here, and also ensuring that we do abide by all the town's rules and regulations as well as state regulations. But we do have an excellent staff within the department and throughout town. I'm very fortunate to work with the department heads that I do work with, and we're pretty successful. We do try to do what's proper and ensure that things are done the way they should be.
Well, Sharon, I hope you have a good day and learn a lot, and maybe you'll be a director of finance one day.
Maybe
pretty
an
important
opening.
position. I know Pam works really hard at it. She's here lots of hours.
Yes.
Well, thank you both for your time.
Thank
We're
you.
going to run on. We have a lot of kids to take pictures of.
And we have a lot of work to do.
And you got a lot of work to do.
Hi, I'm Tamara Costello. I am the administrative assistant to the zoning department. This is Alex D'Angelo. He is here for Government Day, and he is learning about what we do in planning and zoning. I explained to him that zoning is the regulated use of land. It was established in 1937, and it is very important to the town of Orange. municipalities, such as Orange, are granted the authority that the state statutes allow us to have. And I was talking to him about the zoning regulations and how we enforce them, and our commissions, and how they vote. So I know if Alex had any questions. Do you have any?
I learned a lot of things about some of the commercial residents and some of the restrictions for land and other types of business and where the property ends or what can be built. And I learned that you have to have some permits to build things on property or other types of land.
Alex, you wrote an essay to get here today.
Yes.
And was the essay to get into town
Well, it was
planning?
originally the police chief, but somebody already,
Everybody wants to go there.
somebody already took that position, so my teacher told me to pick another thing, so I picked zoning.
Good. Did you do any study at all on zoning before
No.
you came here? So this is all fresh to you.
It's all fresh to me.
Well, good. It's a very interesting area.
Very interesting.
There's a lot of controls on zoning to keep the town pretty much in the manner in which it currently exists, so that it doesn't become a Las Vegas or a blighted area, either way, and so that its history is preserved too.
Yes.
And this young lady here is one of the greatest experts on the subject. So you got a lot to learn from a very good, well-learned person.
Thank you for that. Yes.
Well, thank you very much just for this quick, brief introduction. Alex, I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Yes, we enjoyed it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Change perimeters? No.
Okay.
She wants to out?
Morning. This is Thomas Falsigno. He's going to be one of our next registrars, and it's amazing that now there are more men registrars than there ever were. So we're looking forward to greeting him as a registrar. His name is Thomas Falsigno, and he's from the middle school in Woodbridge.
Orange.
Well, Orange. I'm sorry. Sorry. So now we're going to have Thomas say a couple of words. First of all, I'd like to introduce my counterpart, Mary DeVito. My name is Carmela Apuzzo, and again, this is Thomas Falsigno. We want him to tell you why he wants to become a registrar.
I want to become a registrar of voters because I'm very interested in politics, and I watch all the primaries and all the caucuses and the elections, and it just seems interesting and fun to do.
It's wonderful.
Fun, that's refreshing, that's
Very
wonderful.
good to know.
That's a good beginning, Thomas. If you're interested in politics, then you want to know how it works. Now, what were you taught this morning?
There's a referendum tomorrow, and we have to test the scanner and make sure it works so that we have the right vote, the right number of votes, and we don't have to recount.
Is that our voting machine there, Tom?
Yep.
How's it work?
This is our voting machine. You insert the ballot here, and then it comes out with a receipt of which the marks were, either yes or no.
We're going to let you test this.
No, right now he has to do four
of the blanks.
One blank, four
This
different
is
ways.
only testing. This is to make sure that the process is running properly and that our scanner is doing the proper work, saying that it's a no ballot.
And the other way here.
Whenever
Yeah,
that ballot comes back into the machine, you know that's being rejected.
See, it says okay, that means that part is correct. Okay?
Okay.
So you have to be a half engineer too, see
I
there,
know.
Tom?
You do. Now, what that did were 4 votes that people forgot to fill in the circle. See, there are circles here, yes, no. Now, the person went in, he either didn't want to vote So he sends in without the yes, no. So the machine does not count it. It comes back in again, but it does tell you on there that it rejected it. So we that's a fully.
Go ahead, that's okay, that's fine.
Oh wait, where's
Down here, says fully voted ballots. Oh, I did hit yes. Go ahead. Here's one. Looks like it's a long printout again.
That's all right. That's only testing, Mary. The reason we're testing all four sides, upside down, backwards, is to make sure that all these lines, all these scanner lines are red. Every one of these means something. So at the end of the day, we will read it on the tape. Again, that's a test.
I'm going to have to break in for a moment. We can't spend too much more
No,
time.
with this.
But I just want to ask Tom if you included this office in your essay. And
Yeah.
this is what you decided that you wanted to do.
Yeah, this is my first choice.
Really?
That's
And
nice.
did anyone else attempt to win this?
Not that I know of.
Oh, I'm glad you got it.
I wanted it.
They certainly let the right guy come.
Well, you did have a good beginning,
Yeah.
and again, you are very interested in the process because you are going to be a politician, and you want to make sure that everything is done properly and above board. Okay, you're going to get a lot. People think the registrars of voters have only to check off names. Oh no, a lot more than that. We follow them when they're dead. We follow them when they're alive. So it's quite a process. So it's not that easy, but you're going to enjoy it.
And you're learning from a couple of the best, so
Yeah.
listen
Thank you.
carefully. Thanks a lot from all of
You're
you.
quite welcome.
Okay, thanks, Tom.
You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. Same
Bye,
to
Tom.
both of you.
Thank you, Tom.
How you doing? I'm Dan Lynch, the Director of Park and Recreation for the Town of Orange. We're here today with Alexis Schwartz from Amity Middle School. She's in grade 7. She's part of Government Day today. She is actually my assistant. She's taken over as the Park and Rec Director for the morning. What we've been doing this morning is going around to the different town areas, the fields that we see and maintain for all our sports activities and programs for the Town of Orange. And she's also been in the office over at the Park and Rec Department, meeting all of our staff and finding out what they do in terms of the office administratively and also in programming and also with aquatics. And this is Alexis Schwartz. Would you like to add anything, Alexis? No.
Alexis, did you write your essay to become Park and Rec Director?
Yeah. I got chosen to
What did you put in your essay?
about how I've been going through some of their programs since I was little, and how I liked how they run them. So
Oh, so you're very familiar with the Park and Rec Department.
Through our travels today, I found out Alexis does know a lot about the town. She was involved with the Orange Soccer Association. She plays on the middle school soccer team. And she's been involved with our summer day camp and travel teams program for many years. And she's also signed up, she told me, for what, 5 weeks of travel teams this summer?
Oh.
And she'll be attending our travel teams program this summer. So Alexis was a fantastic choice.
Well, that's good, and she thought enough about it to try and get this position, and she got it.
Absolutely.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, you keep learning, and we'll look forward to seeing you be the Park and Rec Director one day. Maybe in the future. I don't think I'll be around at that point.
All right.
Well, good luck to you, and thanks a lot for your time.
Appreciate your time. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Hi, I'm Chief Robert Gagne of the Orange Police Department. Today is Government Day here in Orange, and we have here this morning as Chief for the day, Anthony Cuso, and this is Assistant Chief Ed Kother with us as well. Anthony is with us today from 9 to noon, and he's learning a little bit about all the different things that go on in the police department. He had a grand tour of the building, and he's learning about budgeting and scheduling and all the different things that happen behind the scenes of what it takes to run a police department. He's learning about record keeping, and he's spending some time in the communications area, listening to phone calls that come in and how the police officers get dispatched to calls. And he's also going to spend some time in the Detective Bureau where he's going to learn about some of the forensic work that we do. He's going to dust for fingerprints, and he's going to see some of the ways that we get fingerprints off of difficult items like pieces of paper and things like that. So in the 3 hours that we have here today, we're trying to get Anthony exposed to a little bit of everything that we do. And it's kind of cool. Anthony's dad is a lieutenant here, Tony Kuzo, and Anthony's getting to boss him around a little bit today, so that's a lot of fun.
Anthony, you did an essay today, or not today, but a week or two ago, in the school, and to become the chief of police for today.
Yeah.
And what did you write?
Well, I wrote why I wanted to do it because I wrote like what I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
And why I wanted to do this.
No, that's good. Did Ed take you into the shooting range? Let you fire off a few? No, he didn't do that? Oh, darn. Did you get to, did you go in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
We showed it to him. He didn't shoot, but Anthony does shoot competitively. He shoots a rifle, target practice.
Very good.
And he's very involved in that.
That's wonderful. Where you go from here, Anthony? Are you going to be a policeman?
That's what I want to do.
Yeah? Thinking about it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you got plenty of time to think about it. Well, I hope you get a good education here today. The chief and Ed, our assistant chief, are the best there is, and you're going to get some pretty good instruction. So I hope you'll learn a lot. Well, we thank you for your time, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you again next year.
Okay.
Good luck.
Have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Good morning. My name's Tim Smith. I'm the fire marshal here in Orange. Today we have Miles Radin, who is actually the fire marshal for the day from the Amity Middle School. We had the opportunity to take Miles around and do some building inspections, kind of learn the ins and outs of what the fire marshal's office does in our community for fire prevention efforts, code enforcement. We've gone over some fire investigation cases that we've had over the years and show him how we interact with different departments and agencies like police and fire in the town. He's really got a good handle on what we do here for the Orange community, and I hope he definitely brings some good knowledge back to his school about our efforts.
Yeah, I will.
You learned a lot when you did the inspections?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We learned how a building is kind of constructed and how fires start and how to prevent them and the sprinkler system that goes throughout buildings. So.
Good.
Miles, yeah, one of his jobs, Tim's jobs, is if a fire occurs and no one knows quite how it started, his job's to go in there and figure out how it started, whether somebody started it, whether it was an accident, or if it was an accident, what it was that caused it, so that it can be pinned down. And so he's got to be a sleuth too.
We have a bit of a CSI side to us. I explained that to him. We showed him some photographs of different fire scenes and how the scenes are put back together after the fire and rebuilding the furniture of what's left and trying to determine where it started and how it started.
That's great. Miles, you wrote an essay to get this job today, and just about everyone wanted to be either the police chief or the fire chief. And so what did you do that got you here? Must have been pretty good.
Yeah. I wrote an essay about my uncle, who is he's a captain at New Haven, and he's been a big influence in my life. And a lot of my family kind of works around fire departments, and it's always kind of interested me, so I just wrote about that and how important this type of work is, so that's what I wrote about.
That's wonderful. You got the right man here.
Got the right man. He's got the right answers. He's asking the right questions, and
we've had a number of those today.
Yeah, the kids are getting sharper and sharper every year. So I mean, this is a really good opportunity for them to get out and see the inner workings of municipality.
Absolutely.
So and I hope they all walk away with the same sort of experience. So.
Well, one young person we met today in the voting office studies for that. Wow, wants to be a politician.
Yeah.
So everybody's got the right kid today.
Yep, I think when we leave here, we'll go up and
Anthony Kuzo's in the police department.
Yep, his son's in the police department. Miles' father and I actually went to school together.
Really?
Yep. So as soon as I saw his name come across the board, I said, I know his father, so.
Well, you got a lot to learn from this gentleman. He's the top in his field, and you're not going to get any better instruction than you're getting today.
Yeah, you did good. I really appreciate your help. Thanks for your time, Miles.
Thanks for your time, both of you, and we appreciate it very much. Ogat's going to have fun running this. As I said, watch it on the web or watch it on Ogat. We'll be seeing you there. Thanks again.
Thanks, Miles.
Bye-bye.
Give us a two.
We're here today with Don Foyer and Andrew Gaciora. That's what I was going to say. And Andrew's been working with this department. What do you call this department?
Highway Department.
Highway Department.
Highway Department.
Keep calling it roads and things like that.
Yeah.
The Highway Department.
We're responsible for the roads.
He's taking over about noon, which is coming up. So have you learned enough to take this place over?
I guess.
We got Don Foyer here. He's going to tell us a little bit about what he's been telling Andy, and then Andrew's going to tell us what he's learned.
Well, we took him around. We showed him pretty much our daily operations around here. Everything from the wintertime snow plowing, removal, and sanding the roads. We told him how important it is to make sure all the roads are opened up so that these guys can get to school in the morning. And basically, our different summer work, our drainage work, our brush work, our chip sealing will be coming up next 2 weeks. Getting prepared for that. There's always something to do down here. After we get through with this, we got a banner that we have to take down at High Plains and put a new one up. So there's always something going on down at the highway.
Well, like he said, there's always something going on. You get to drive the trucks around, you put signs up, you plow the roads and fix them up. Just a lot to do. It's really fun just driving the trucks around and everything.
Andrew, you wrote in your essay that you'd like to be in this department. What do you write?
Well, I wrote like, it must be really cool, like just being around helping out the town and stuff. And it's sort of like a great honor after completing a job like this and helping out your townsfolk.
Well, that's great. Everybody's got the right man today.
I'm telling you, yep, good man.
That's good.
Hopefully in a few years we'll see him here full time.
Well, you like driving big equipment around?
Yeah.
This looks pretty exciting.
Yeah.
We took him for a nice ride this morning in one of
Is
the
that right?
trucks there, yeah.
That's all stainless, huh?
Yes.
Beautiful.
This is our newest one, yeah.
Wow. Very nice piece of art. Yeah, this is the one you got recently.
Yep, last year. It just came in, actually in the springtime.
Yeah, I remember that in front of the Board of Finance on that.
Yeah.
He's got a big bar of steel to get this equipment, but he gets it. He might be teaching you some of that too. Well, gentlemen, I thank you very much for your time, and you've got a good guy to learn from. We've had the honor of this gentleman's services for many years. How many years have you been at it, Don?
31.
31 years. So you're working with an expert. Learn a lot.
Well, thanks for stopping down, Ron.
Thank you. Appreciate it.